Am I correct in saying that East Village Heroic is next, or is East Village just hanging out in Q&A lobby? East Village, how you doing, brother? East Village, can you hear us?
Yeah, pretty much. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing, bro?
Perfect. Let me just mute something on my end because it's coming double on my side.
No worries, bro. What's your question, man?
Perfect. Thank you for bringing me up, Paco. Like, I'm happy to catch you live, man. And since it's Friday, I just want to give you, a heads up. I recently went back and saw some of your old lore videos, like in BFA and stuff. And man, I gotta hand it to you. That 5 o'clock going to the gym thing, it's really paying off, brother. Like, I gotta give you yeah, for real. Like, keep it going, man. It's Friday. Happy to be here. So just wanted to say something nice to you. And bro, those lore speculations, man, they're no second monitor content. Really, when you start diving into it, like I actually need to stop what I'm doing and like actually pay attention because it can get.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to give a heads up. And all right, regarding the questions, have a couple of ones. The first thing is like I'm quite curious on your opinion regarding special events in the game. Like usually it's events like around pre-patch and things like that. Like when I say special events, I kind of also include some rather weird open world things which you kind of happen to stumble upon every once in a while. Like, for example, like just so I make it more clear, like I've had recently a bunch of really weird encounters which I really cannot explain. I guess it's like 15 years of development piling on in this game, World of Warcraft, and there are stuff which every once in a while happens which I really have no explanation about. So one of the recent things was like I was going in a vanilla zone, like in Winter Spring, and just farming on some old world mats and some treasure hunting for chests, mog stuff and things like that. And in Winter Spring, man, there is like a small kind of a cave area. I think it's called the hidden cave or hidden something like that. And I just happened to come across it says like a griffin's nest. It's clickable. So, I'm just there. I click on it, and out of nowhere, man, it spawns like a level 60 elite griffin, which totally got me out of guard. I wasn't prepared. I was just, farming all stuff in. It can actually put up a fight, I was like super surprised. So when I'm saying like special events or like weird kind of encounters in the world, I'm wondering if you had some similar experience like that, which made you wonder, like, whoa, what the hell just happened, or what was that?
Yeah.
And I want to kind of tie it in also with the recent kind of drama which came up with the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch event, like the zombie invasion thing. For me, it's kind of cool that we have events like that in the game. I mean, it is kind of like a world. It's called the World of Warcraft, and it can probably cause some inconvenience. Like it's chaos in the main cities. It's a little bit harder to to do stuff. But for me, that's kind of what makes it special. It's gonna be a bit of chaotic, and the community really got divided. Like some of the people really wanted the event to be over. Oh man, I cannot use the auction house. Like it's crazy, can't do anything in the main cities. But for me, like weird things like that really kind of creates the environment, like the world atmosphere. Like so I wonder what's your opinion on this type of like weird events or things like that, and if you can remember something weird, some weird encounter which you had, or if you want to share and your general opinion on things like that.
The weirdest thing that ever happened to me was I was questing through the Ghostlands. I think it's the Ghostlands. Just under Stormwind. Is it the Ghostlands? I think it's called the Ghostlands.
Ghostlands. That's the Blood Elf area up in the north.
Yeah. No. Yeah, sorry. What's it called again? Fuck. You have
Duskwood?
Yes, Duskwood. Thank you. Fuck. Yes, sorry. It's been an age since I've played any Alliance character, so not entirely sure. But I was like, this is years ago, right? Because my Warlock, Accolonn, that I play now, was a human Warlock first because all my friends were Alliance. And so I was forced to go Alliance as well. And then eventually I managed to bully all of them into the Horde. So we all faction changed to Horde. But so I was a human Warlock. And I remember running around there. Now, this is ages ago. And there's this sort of... I don't know if that world boss even exists anymore. But there's this sort of area that if you run into it, there's a giant fucking world boss right there. That just... if you're a low level, you get your shit handed to you on like a plate with... Like, you get one shot, right? It's not even fucking close. And I remember... Like, and it's completely nondescript. It's not like it warns you that there's something there or that, you know, you have to be careful there. You just run into this area, and as a newly dinged fucking Warlock that can basically tank everything in the game, I thought, fuck it, let's go, right? I've got this. I got one shot, and I remember going to my friend. I'm like, dude, how the fuck do I kill this thing? And he just burst out laughing. He's like, dude, that's not for you. Just leave that fucking shit alone. Don't go anywhere near it. So these were the other one that I can bring up was the Reavers, the Foul Reavers, all the way back in TBC. I remember the very first time I'm standing there, I'm minding my own fucking business. I'm just questing, you know, bro, like having the time of my life. And the next minute I hear this horn behind me. This I'm like, what the fuck? And the earth is shaking. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I turn around and there's this giant fucking Foul Reaver right there behind me. And I'm too close, so it's coming for me. And I'm just running for my fucking life. Because I know this thing's going to watch me. Look how big it is. These were moments in the game that I find really helped build the character of the game to the what you just said there. It made the world feel incredibly alive. It made you want to be out in the world, because I remember as soon as I hit level 60 and I had some gear under me, I went back to Hellfire Peninsula and I fucked one of those Reavers up. It took a long time because I basically spent all of my time just healing my my Voidwalker, because he was taking a beating. But I eventually got it down. So, you know, very proud of myself. I did get help about halfway through from a bunch of people that just ran past and they were like, dude, he looks like he's struggling to help him take down the Foul Reaver. Right, so that was good fun, and it was something that I worked towards. Like, as soon as I saw that Foul Reaver, and I knew that this thing was going to kick my shit in, I was like, dude, as soon as I get max level, I'm coming back here, and I am going to punch you in the nuts. This is going to happen, and I had this reason for wanting to get max level. And in modern day World of Warcraft, that's obviously gone away, right? A lot of the game design now is designed around, let's make it as easy and as easily accessible as humanly possible to the player base. And I find that that accessibility actually ends up ruining the feeling of the world, because the world loses a lot of its character. And I'm very much looking forward to Dragonflight for specifically this reason. Ian and the team have spoken constantly about how much effort and time they're putting into making Dragonflight feel like a world again, making the world feel alive, giving you reasons to be out in the world. Now, the sad part of this, and I don't want to turn this video into a, you know, shitting on the community, because that's not what I'm doing here, but the saddest part of all of this is that every single person is just going to look up a guide on how to get all of the stuff that they need from the world. There's going to be add-ons that tell you exactly where to go for every single quest. There's going to be add-ons that tell you exactly where all the treasures and all of the activities are within the game. literally the minute that the game spawns, like the minute the game goes live, everyone's add-ons is going to update. If you have auto update, your add-ons are just going to update and you're going to log in and everything's going to be solved by the time you get into the game. And I feel sorry for the developers there, because it is important for the developers to design a game that feels alive, that has a reason for you to want to be in that world. But I think it is also incredibly sort of disheartening, and it really destroys you as a developer when you know that half of what you're designing here will be solved without the player having to put any effort into it whatsoever. The player doesn't have to read your quest text. The player doesn't have to look at your map. All the player has to do is follow the little arrow on their screen and they will get what they need. Now, Mythhammer, I agree with you that add-ons should be removed from World of Warcraft. The saddest part is that not a lot of people agree with that. Like, a lot of people look at World of Warcraft and they refuse to let go of their add-ons. The question we're going to have to start asking ourselves is, the people that's threatening to quit, because I've seen that, right? People come into my chat and into my comment section and they're like, dude, if World of Warcraft removes add-ons, I'm done playing. I will never play again. Will they really? Does anyone in chat actually think that someone will quit if add-ons were made illegal in the game? If the game was designed in such a way that you didn't need add-ons, does anyone think that people would actually quit? I don't think so. The Grey, thanks for the 2 months up. Did really appreciate that. 20 months, part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some might quit, but we do have to ask ourselves, will more people quit than people that might join exactly because add-ons have been removed from the game? And obviously the good that will do for the game, I think. East Village, what's your opinion on that?
Well, it's definitely a bit splitting again, because I started playing WoW like back in TBC and like late TBC and Rat, and I had no idea about add-ons. I was just checking Thoughtbot every once in a while, so I kind of got. I mean, I'm born and bred without add-ons at all, even for questing. You know, like for me going into a dungeon, it was I totally took it like an adventure. I was like just happy that we are a group of 5 people and we're actually managing to pull off and finishing the dungeon. That was my thing. I never really understood WoW back in the day. Now, of course, like I have a bunch of add-ons and like I'm actually, as we're talking, I'm queuing in Mythic Plus. I'm trying to get KSM. I'm like 50 minus 50 rating from 2k total, getting really close there.
Nice.
So now of course it's turned a little bit more to a lobby game, but originally how I used to accept World of Warcraft was definitely more of a world type of feeling, adventure feeling.
Yeah.
So without ons, I would be totally fine. For me to be as good, if not even better, for sure. Like I want to do an experiment in Dragonflight. I think somebody mentioned it before me as well. Like there is this term called blind raiding, and it's basically like, you know, just trying to pull off the raid without any add-ons at all.
Yeah,
I've never tried it, because like back in the day I wasn't good enough to try raids. Like dungeons was pretty much the only thing I did. Now I have a better understanding of the game, and I'm super curious if it's actually doable, if it's actually possible, because normal, maybe you can pull it off.
Yeah.
But like on heroic, man, I mean, if they still keep that philosophy of, you know, one-shot mechanics, it's a 20 people raid, and like one guy just like fucks off on the other side of the room and, you know, does something which wipes the entire raid. It's really hard to read the mechanics. Like they just come out of nowhere. It's the same situation with the current tier. I mean, I tried it a couple of times, like doing the raids in Shadowlands, and like I just went back immediately to Mythic Plus. I mean, it's kind of hard without add-ons, but I really want to give it a go. Like, let's see how it goes. I mean, again, like coming from this point, I still try to accept the game as much more of a world experience instead of this like the world is just a lobby where we're just waiting for the queue to come up and like we log in. For example, even coming back to the original thing I was talking about, even the Shadowlands like pre-patch event had a couple of really cool moments. I mean, if you just kind of it's also up to the player, up to you to find your way around it, to find you kind of like your fun around it. For example, the Shadowlands pre-patch event, it was again something like a zombie invasion, and man, we made a group around like I think it was like probably 15-20 people. And if you remember, I don't know if you played Shadowlands pre-patch, but the event was at Nathanos' house in Eastern Plaguelands, I think.
Yeah, with Tyrande and
exactly. So there was a world quest there, like which you could basically do. I think it was like one time per week or daily. I can't really remember. And it dropped like a pretty decent weapon, a sword, high item level, and a very cool transmog. So a lot of people were going there to Nathanos' house. So
yeah.
We all of us like we got infected with the plague. We turned into zombies. We put a bunch of warlocks there close to Nathanos' house. We started summoning people, and basically both Horde and Alliance all got demolished from us, basically from the zombies. Dude, it was crazy. Like people were going inside Nathanos' house on the second floor, like hiding in the rooms and like hearting out, not being able to finish the quest and stuff.
I like it.
It was totally fun, man.
Fucking base, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like, for me, this is, you don't need add-ons for that. You don't need anything, bro. You can have fun with a rock if you use your imagination. A rock can be used for building. It can be used as a weapon. It can be used as in some kind of a game. So if you put your imagination, your creativity a little bit, even with the current state of the game, like being this kind of like lobby experience, every once in a while you can have fun, you can have organic fun, and you don't need add-ons, you don't need anything of that sort.
I fully agree with you. Let me just quickly say here, American who love Trip, thank you much for the follow, dude, really appreciate that. And then of course Kadeem with the tier 1 sub, 5 months, part of the DJ Nation, appreciate you, fam. Thank you. So I agree with you, right? I think there is always ways to make things fun, but here's where I sort of draw the line, because it's the same thing that people said about Fallout 76. Like, people would constantly, when I made my video basically saying that Fallout 76 might be one of the worst games that ever launched, people would come back at me and say, dude, I had the time of my life. I'm still playing it. Me and my friends are logging in every day. It's so much fun. And I'm like, dude, you can sit in a barren room filled with nothing but chairs and you and your friends, and you can make that fun because you and your friends can shit talk each other. You can make jokes. You can discuss stuff. Friends make everything better. It doesn't matter how fucking like terrible something is. Friends can make it better.
True.
Just the argument of, oh, never mind, like I'm having fun because me and my friends are doing this, that, or the other. I'm so happy for you. And I really hope that Blizzard doesn't destroy that part of the game. And I don't think they are. They seem to be spending a lot of time making sure that that part of the game comes back even stronger. But at the same time, a game should be good even without friends. And if that game isn't good without friends, you have to start asking yourself, what are we doing wrong? And what can we do better? Right? And it's not always a case of criticisms or a case of, oh my God, it's the end. Even though, yes, as a YouTuber, I'm absolutely going to make a video that is over the top and say, oh my God, this is the end. Why? Because I want you to click. I want to clickbait the fuck out of you because I get paid every single time you watch my video. It's as simple as that, right? So I am going to blow it up. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, Blizzard is at the end. It's no more, Blizzard is bankrupt and all what. It's not true, but that's the world we live in. At the end of the day, I think World of Warcraft can go a very long way with minor changes. And one of the things we discussed just in this question is the fact that the world should become important again. There should be a reason for people to want to be in the world, and not just people that's doing, getting up to no good with their friends, but also just people like playing solo should have a reason to want to be there and have things that they can discover, things that's left to be discovered. And if Blizzard can nail that, if Blizzard can get that back, oh my god, there's nothing standing in World of Warcraft's way, because at a fundamental level, there isn't an MMO that does what WoW does as good as WoW does it. If you want to talk about gameplay, I still maintain that World of Warcraft is the best MMO on the market for gameplay. If you want the smoothness of character, the way the spells and the combat work, there's no comparison. So if you could add to that an incredibly fun gameplay loop, holy fuck.
True, man. Just what I'm thinking, like, how do you solve the issue with the other part of the community, which is much more, let's say, gameplay or goal oriented? Because, like, for me, a zombie invasion is pretty awesome. But you saw, for example, now with Rat Classic launching, you saw really a lot of people like complaining about. Yeah. What is this? Like, I cannot play the game. This zombie invasion is like ruining everything. Like, people who are really just kind of like super sweaty gamer mode all the time. So how do you make those people happy as well and keep the world, the environment? Yeah.
By having things be as optional as humanly possible, right? In other words, if I don't want something, I don't have to do it. This is, using Shadowlands as a perfect example of this. Torghast should always have been optional. It should never have been tied to the legendary system. When they tied it to the legendary system, they broke Torghast forever. And it's going to go down in history as one of the worst systems in history, because so many people fucking loathed what Torghast was. If Torghast just launched as a really fun side thing that you could do when you're in the mood, I think a lot of people would have absolutely loved it. Even people that ended up hating it may have ended up loving it, because it's something to do when you have nothing else to do. So the answer to this is almost always to have things be as optional as possible. And that means that you don't do a zombie event that is just forever, right? If you do a zombie event, you do it for a week, maybe 2 weeks at most, if you really want to be punishing. But players must always know that there is a world waiting for them outside of this zombie event. So once the zombie event is over, the world is there for them to once again go and explore and once again live in. If there are things that you are going to force all players into, it has to have a time limit. It can't be just, this is the way the expansion is going to work, right? Because then people don't like being forced. I myself, I'm one of those people that if you just let me be, I will do whatever the fuck I want. The second you tell me to do something, I will stop doing it, even if it's something that I like doing. I don't like being told what to do. Right? And I will shoot myself in the fucking foot just to not do the thing that you're telling me to do. Because I don't want to. I don't want to give anyone the pleasure of knowing that they fucking informed me on how to live my life. In which case, I'll just make the opposite fucking decision. Just as long as I can say I did it my fucking way. I didn't do what the fuck you told me to do. So I hate when things are decided on my behalf. Let me make my own mistakes, and that's sort of the thing that Blizzard just needs to do. The only thing Blizzard really needs to do is get out of their own way. Blizzard so often shoot themselves in the foot because they're trying to tell the player, like, the game is good, it's fun, and then Blizzard steps in and go, oh wait, we could probably give a bit of structure here just to make sure that everyone understands it. And now you've structured the fun to the point where you've kind of removed the fun. Because people don't have the freedom to do whatever the fuck they feel like doing. And that's a bad way to play. That's a bad way to do video games in general. So I hope that Blizzard learns that lesson. And in Dragonflight, they get out of people's way. and just allow people to have fun as long as it doesn't break the game. Who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah.
But East Village, I really appreciate the question. Like, holy shit, everyone's just been asking banger questions today. I don't think I've given a single answer at all today that's been under 20 minutes in terms of answer. Like,
Thank you for that, man. Like, we're enjoying it as well. Thank you for taking the time.
dude, it's my absolute pleasure to do so. And I mean, it's not even that I'm taking the time. All of this is content, so I love doing it.
All right.
It's
Keep it
easy
up,
come.
man.
I appreciate it, bro. Take care of yourself, brother.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Peace. You too, man. Peace out.